fillets and rounds, even though they're often cosmetic and not necessarily functionally required, they can be one of the more challenging parts of modeling. The best tip I can give you on putting in fillets in a way that will go smoothly is to start with corners and then edges. Do corners first, fillet all the corners, then fillet the edges. The analogy that I use is like a water hose. If you took a water hose through, say, an office area, around and in and out of each cubicle or something like that, and each corner of the cubicle had a sharp corner to it, then the water hose would be getting kinked at each of those places that you tried to wrap it around one of those corners. If, on the other hand, instead of being sharp corners at each place, there was a nice big rounded radius, as the hose went around that corner, water would still flow. That's kind of what we're doing, is we're just letting the radius flow through the design. And so I'm going to start with that, and I can even, since I'm doing this off the top of my head and I haven't rehearsed this or anything, I can't guarantee you that the first order of fillets that I grab will work perfectly. I think I have a logical plan in mind, but I'm at least going to stay with what I just suggested. That is corners first, then edges. So I'll go to fillet, and I've got to switch back to the constant radius, regular fillets for edges and corners, and actually, that's not a bad radius, but I'll go a little bit bigger, 125.125, and then I'm going to go out here and grab a corner, and another corner, and another corner, and another, and then let's leave it at that for a second, just so I can explain this hose technique idea. What we just did is we unkinked the hose. We made it so that if we grab this edge to fillet, the fillet will flow around this rounded corner, flow around that one, etc. Matter of fact, it'll fairly magically just link all the way around there because there's no kink in the hose. If one of these was a sharp corner, it would stop when it hits that. So that's just a good technique idea. So I'm going to fillet. I'm going to go grab, and I'll just do like I said. I'll grab this edge, and it just propagates itself all the way around. If it wouldn't, if it just stopped here, then I know that I've got a sharp corner or edge that I might want to deal with. So corners first, then edges. We're getting there. Okay, so let's take the same technique with this guy. I'm going to do corners first and then edges. So we'll go to fillet. I'll grab a corner and another. And I'm actually going to have this inside slot machined out. In other words, like this was a casting first, and then it got machined out to this size. So I'm not going to put any fillets inside there. So the next thing I can do, and I don't have to do it as a separate operation. I can just do it here. Now that I've grabbed the corners, I can grab an edge, and it'll flow around. There you go. Our part is done.